Here's the thing, YouTube. I think social media has killed the art and design community tutorials online. And I'm going to tell you why in a second. The problem I have is I've been now steady to do in video tutorials online for YouTube for quite a while, but really solidly for the last year. And I create detailed tutorials, long format tutorials, some mid format tutorials about how we create certain types of designs, we look at certain designs and break them down. But at the end of the day, they all have one thing in common, and that's they provide, or I hope they do at least, provide useful information, in-depth analysis, and at least thinking and constructive education for you as a designer, whether you're a new designer or a veteran designer or someone that's been in the industry for a while and just are changing your career, for example. But social media now, and I've tend to find, I'm going to show you what I mean in a second, it just kind of, you've seen a trend now happening where all formats of tutorials, design and everything tends to be condensed to the 3-minute TikToks or the 1-minute Instagrams and reels, and even now YouTube have now created the YouTube shorts. How useful, this is a question for me to you for 2022 really, is how useful is those tutorials to you being condensed into 1 minute, and how much useful information are you actually getting out of it? I'm going to show you what I mean. Let me go to the desktop, right? And you can see here now, this is my YouTube channel where, as I said, I've been doing a lot of long formats and mid format tutorials where we go through in depth some things about how we create, for example, the iOS, the design, things which take a little time to create. No designer creates anything in less than a minute or less than 3 minutes. It's impossible. And especially to teach someone else while they're doing it. Now, I'm not sure if other creators have had a similar issue, but I'm going to show you something and show you what I mean. Now, if I search for UI tutorials on YouTube, obviously the things that come up are things which are quite a while ago, a year ago, and so forth. But these are from channels which have established themselves, have a strong community behind them, me included. I mean, I followed Design Calls and AJs and Smarts, but that's because I've been with them from day one almost, and I got used to their long format tutorials, their in-depth analysis, the thinking behind everything they do. They break it down. It's not just here it is, boom, take it kind of thing. It's not that. But if I go to the filters and I go to, let's say, this month, let's see what YouTube's been uploaded, and you can see here the formats and some of the new channels, and especially, if you minus the ones like Coberto Designs who've been around for a while, the formats have gone a lot quicker. They're shorter now, they're to the point, and obviously you still have some of these ones here where it's literally just a speed run, right? I mean, I'm not too sure about you guys, but I hate speedruns because they give no value whatsoever. Nothing other than you just watching someone else design something which probably took them 2 to 3 hours or even sometimes half a day. But at the end of the day, you're just watching them play the video and you're just seeing, okay, this is what they've done, this is what they've done, this is what they've done. But what's the value? What have you learned? I would learn nothing from them other than just seeing someone use a software. There's no thinking, right? And here's where I think it's really going downhill, I think personally, is places like TikTok. Now, this is absolutely no shot, no dig at people who do them on TikTok. Fantastic, great view. They amass great tons of views and likes. But if I was to personally ask, whether it's people like Xander, how do you feel about creating these short form content? Do you feel like you're giving value, or do you feel like you're just having to reduce almost a portion of something that took 2 hours to create into 1 minute and try to give them that much information as quickly as possible with no real depth analysis or constructive information given to them? And I'm going to show you what I mean, right? I'm going to click on this video, for example. Let's just take a watch, right? And you can see here, it's just someone literally just putting together an intro or welcome screen with 2 buttons, a logo, and it says at the top here, learn UI design with me. I'm sorry, again, no dig at the YouTube, the TikTok owner, but I've learned nothing. I've learned nothing. All I'm seeing is someone create something with no explanation. And even if I turn the audio on, it's just music, right? I want to know, why did you have the buttons where you had them? I want to know why you positioned the logo where you positioned them. I want to know what your thinking was. I want to know, you know, what it was that you learned, that you're hopefully skillful at and have a career in this, that you did the things that you did. There's experience behind this artwork, but I get none of it. I benefit none of it. And I'm sure I can't be the only one. And even if I go back and I click on something like, you know, here where Xander goes through how to create some buttons in Figma, I'm sure he's a fantastic designer. In fact, I know he's a fantastic designer, and I know he has years of experience and knowledge that I can benefit from. But this video only shows me how he's creating a small portion of a larger artwork, a small portion that could ultimately be part of something amazing that he could have easily have showed me how to create, and I could have benefited from that. But TikTok says, nope, you have to do this in less than a minute, otherwise I won't push it, or I won't give it to you. So really, my question from me as a creator, as a designer, to you is, do you prefer the TikTok format, or do you prefer the long format? Or maybe perhaps I'm even kind of, you know, dancing around the idea of doing more design essays rather than, you know, long format tutorials. Maybe I want to give something back where it's more concrete, solid information, rather than just saying, okay, we're going to design something and I'm going to explain to you how I've designed it. While that's amazing in itself, can or does have some more useful information behind it, which again, I have to be careful about not giving it to you because I have to be wary of the time. So that's really what it is. Now, I'm fortunate enough that, you know, I've created all the tutorials, and I'm sure you can probably see on the end cards here shortly. But I really want to know about what you guys think. Do you prefer the TikTok formats of tutorials, or do you prefer the YouTube longer formats? Or maybe you're interested to see how design essays work. You know, the real in-depth history about, you know, UI designs and why things are done the way that they are done. I'd love to know. And this is really my goal for 2022, is to make better content for you guys and better information and informative videos, because you might be a new designer who just wants to learn and maybe don't have access to academia or schools, or, you know, or can't afford to pay for these most expensive courses that are now, you know, popping up everywhere. I want to give something to you for free, but I want to know, how would you like it? Anyway, I've talked long enough. Just be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what you guys think. And until the next video, I'm Khaled, and I'll see you then. Peace.